Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Franklin County Buzz. I'm Dick Wolf, your host today. With me are two people with the Franklin County Library, Meg Zimmerman, who's chairman of the board. Good morning, Meg.
Good morning, Dick.
And Tina Stevens, you're the librarian.
Yes, sir.
Heard all about you and the Music Man.
Me and the Music Man, okay.
She's the library director.
Oh, library director.
Yes.
They're not librarians anymore.
No, library director.
Thank you for bringing me up to date. It is 2016. I have to be reminded of that from time to time. So, as the chairman of the board, where is the library? How is it faring in these tumultuous budget times? Winchester almost cut funding for you. So, how solid is our library?
Library is in really great shape right now. I think we're having a really exciting time at the library. We've just gone through a year of transition where our longstanding director, Diane Kraut, retired, and we hired Tina Stevens as our new director. We also added a new technology specialist to our staff who started July 1st with the new fiscal year. So that was expanding our staff, and I think we're very solid right now. Libraries are different in funding in that in the state of Tennessee, municipalities can never go backwards in funding a library. There is a thing called maintenance of effort, and every year when the budget is set, a municipality can never go backwards in terms of the money that is given to the library for the coming year. And in turn, we have to make sure we spend it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so if that agreement doesn't go down, and if we were to not get the funding from the county, if we were not to spend what was given to us, then you lose your connection with the state library system. And the state library system provides us with books. They provide us with technology support. What other kind of things?
They also provide training and some collection development support. We have a access line that we can call at any time for more expert technical support. We did, as she said, hire. We had the fortunate ability this year that we were able to add a education media personnel and technology specialist who will help bridge that gap for us, between us and the state IT, to keep us operating at optimum level and to help us get into the digital age.
Well, boy, that's critical nowadays. I mean, this technology is just amazing. The very fact that you're sitting here with an interview with us, we're a web-based company. We don't have an office. We don't have any of those problems because everything is done on our smartphone or on our computer. So funding is okay for the library.
Yes, it is.
And the library is also under Diane, under Ms. Kraut. It had some enormous growth here. We've had an addition. You've got plenty of parking, although you're so busy this morning, we had trouble finding a parking place close.
True.
So which is a good thing. You're being heavily used. Do your numbers support that?
Yes. It is mostly known that during times of economic downturn, libraries are more widely supported because we offer free entertainment. Libraries have also bridged the gap between people who, getting to this digital age, you no longer fill out a paper application. Virtually nowhere accepts a paper application. So our patrons and customers come in and we offer help to help them bridge that gap, the digital divide, so that they can apply for jobs. We help them create resumes. There's computer tutoring, virtually anything. As far as a person wants to go, they can virtually get a free education here at the library to further themselves.
Well, and more than an education, and I know you'll add to this later, but we came in, the chairs are full with men and women and some young people reading newspapers and magazines, sitting in the nice comfortable chairs that are here. So
And
it's
the air
kind of like a
conditioning.
living room away from home.
Yes, and the air conditioning.
Oh, and the air conditioning. Yeah, today that's very important.
Yes. And we can provide those materials that during those economic turns that people cannot otherwise afford. It's free.
So in terms of the library, you're as chairman of the board, it's not just the library that's here. We are in the history room. So tell us about the other organizations that utilize this library for the services that they provide, like the Historical Society, for example. And please fill me in.
We partner with the Historical Society.
Right.
This is obviously our facility. The Historical Society provides a history librarian 6 days a week from 11 to 4. We have one of the best history rooms in the state, if not the country. So we pride ourselves on this little gym down here on the lower level. We do hope that in the coming years that we can raise awareness for this little gym that we have, more heavily market and create some programming to use this resource.
But
a
I think
lot
it's
more
well
effectively.
used, at least
It
from
is.
people in surrounding counties
It
that are
is.
interested in genealogy research and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think
I think it's a respected source.
The sign-in sheet will verify. I mean, we've had people that have come from across the big water
oh, yeah.
doing family research and have landed up at Franklin County Library and across
So-
the United States.
Well, in the Historical Society, on its side, does a really good job of promoting itself and its the facility here at the library. We utilize many of their posts. Tina Shang is not, she's here, but she's not a part of this interview right now, but she utilizes that for the Throwback Thursdays and,
Okay.
and all of the historical elements that we put on our page. They're very popular with the public.
Yes.
So, and I also have to mention, New Life showed up at the same time we did. This is an organization that helps developmentally delayed individuals in Franklin County. They're using the facility. How many others utilize it?
You've got Tina's out.
We have
I mean, not Tina.
Girl Scouts. We have the foster parents of Franklin County that use the library to meet. Blue Cross Blue Shield with insurance and Medicare. It's usually related to Medicare. They usually come a couple times a year. We've been working with the Census, United States Census. They have been using us as a testing facility. We work with TWRA. We provide proctors for the boating license. We get a lot of that due to the 2 large lakes that we have.
You've got a big plate here at the Franklin County Library. A lot
We
of
do.
people are supping off of it.
We
I didn't re-
appreciate collaboration.
Yeah, well, that's the hallmark of the future, I'm sure. If you don't collaborate, you're going to wither away. And your board, well, let's mention briefly at least the Friends of the Library. And you mentioned earlier that you have no jurisdiction or say-so over them.
No, sir.
Tell us about that.
The Friends of the Library organization is a separate nonprofit 501c3 organization that raises funds to supplement the library, but absolutely it is by their choice the things that their funds are spent
Yeah.
on.
And what, could you tell a couple of things? We intend to get them on and talk with them
Oh,
too on a
sure.
County Buzz Moment, but what have they funded in recent history?
Well, in just the last fiscal year, you mentioned New Life coming in. New Life comes every Monday and they watch a movie. And they are watching it on a state-of-the-art audio-video system that the Friends of the Library paid for and had installed. We have one downstairs and we have one upstairs. So we have 2 current media-ready rooms for meetings, presentations, various mediums like that. So
If another nonprofit, and I don't know what they could be, but assuming that there are other nonprofits out there that would like meeting spaces or opportunities to do some of the things that other folks are doing here, how do they get engaged with the library and you open the door for them?
Again, in the digital age, they need nothing more than to visit our website. On our homepage, there is a meeting room request document. They can also call. They can email me, Tina Stevens, at fcldirector@franklincotn.us. I'm trying to get used to that email. It's a long one. And I would be glad to send them a copy. We can fax a copy. There are just many ways we make that available so that it's virtually pain-free.
Well, our Meg, you is going to have to leave here shortly, so I'm going to let you close out this session. Your library board is how many members, and when does it meet?
We meet on the second Wednesday every other month.
And how is your membership? Strong? You need people to come up and volunteer, or?
The board is solid right now. We have, gosh, I'm trying to think how many
19.
voting trustees. Voting trustees, 7, 8?
7.
It's in our bylaws.
Yes, it's
and
7.
then we also have an advisory board of about 9 or 10. 10.
We have 10 now.
10. They are non-voting members, but their contribution is valued in terms of their input and discussions about policies or procedures or projects that we're pursuing at the library, and they also serve on committees.
All right, Meg Zimmerman, thank you so much. I know you
Dick,
got
it
to
was a
go.
pleasure.
Yeah, we'll shake your hand, but we'll be back right after this with more of this interview.
Got old junk you need to get rid of? Bring it down to Steel Salvage. Get the most out of your scrap metal. We buy and sell almost everything. Come to our location at 504 4th Avenue Southwest in Winchester, or give us a call at 931-308-5013.
Whatever your shipping needs, Mr. Postman is where you want to go. Convenient across from the post office in Winchester. Take your packages or bring the item unpacked and they'll carefully box it and send it off for safe delivery. Anywhere. Yes, in or out of the USA, Mr. Postman can get it there quickly. There's more. Get a box number with a street address. Start a background check with safe and secure fingerprinting. Oh, wait, forgot that card to go with that present? Not a problem. A good selection of cards, funny, faithful, and family. Mr. Postman, across from the post office, Winchester.
When it comes to furniture, appliances, electronics, and yard equipment, start with a company you can trust. Badcock Home Furniture and More in Winchester has spent years faithfully serving their community and their customers. Badcock Furniture has always been ahead of the rest when it comes to brand name furniture, appliances, and electronics. That's why Badcock is the best. Badcock continues to renovate their store plan with new top-of-the-line quality products that fit your taste and budget and make your life at home easier than ever. Upgrade your appliances today. Ranges, freezers, refrigerators, microwaves, vacuums, and stay comfortable through the years with air conditioners and infrared quartz fireplace heaters in several sizes and designs. Live healthy and sleep better with iComfort Sleep Systems by Serta, plus sleep accessories, support systems, and foundations from other major brands. Badcock carries state-of-the-art entertainment equipment, TVs, DVD players, home theaters, computers, tablets, printers, and more, and financing is available. Visit Gregor K. Gillum and the staff at Badcock Home Furniture and More today. 405 Bypass Road in Winchester. Call 931-962-4991. We make it easy. We deliver. Badcock Home Furniture and More in Winchester.
Welcome back, everyone. Meg Zimmerman has left us, but Tina Stevens remains. Thank you, Tina.
You're welcome.
And let's keep talking about libraries. I know it's a favorite topic of yours, and I think all of us here in Franklin County have taken advantage of this great facility. A children's library. The other day we came in here, the Buzz did, and we needed to meet for a few minutes quietly, and it happened to be absent. So we went and sat in the children's library. And when we were getting ready to leave, a young child was in there, and a book was being read to her from a computer. Is that the technology that you're talking about?
Oh, sure. Sure.
And how popular is the kids' library?
Oh, it is very busy. Very busy. We have 3 public access stations for children. One of them carries the ABC Mouse online.
I don't know what that is.
ABC Mouse is a very popular, well-marketed children's preschool learning medium.
I got you.
Most kids are familiar with it. Even if they're really small, Mom has usually got it on her iPad or her smartphone. A lot of the preschools, I would say, probably carry ABC Mouse. But
This child looked like she was a first grader. So, I mean, I was visibly impressed. She was just really going at it, and it was reading to her at a nice pace.
Oh, yes. Even my 3-year-old grandson can work a smartphone or a tablet. It is astounding. Knows how to unlock it, too.
Uh-oh.
We also have another station that is a kid computer, and it carries pre-programmed games, where ABC Mouse is an online version. It's web-based. And then we have our third station, which is an AWE computer, and those have been around for several years. And again, like the kid computer, it is preloaded with games that cannot be altered in any way. Things like Dora the Explorer,
Oh, yeah.
there's SpongeBob typing, that kind of thing. And they will definitely read to you, sing to you, teach music, art, and those kinds of things.
So, and do schools regularly bring classes down here to use the library?
They do. Robin Mays, who is our youth services director, she partners a lot with virtually every school in this county, even preschools and private schools. They are invited for field trips, for tours of the library, and various activities. They may have a movie. They may also be entertained, or edutained, as we like to call it. We invite musicians, puppeteers, animal enthusiasts to do these programs for these visitors several times a year.
Yeah. You have many programs. I want to talk about two of them. One is this summer feeding program.
Yes.
Are you a cook too? Is that what that's all about?
I am, but fortunately they didn't have to eat my cooking. We partnered with the USDA and an on-site coordinator. So we did not have a library staff person coordinating this event, but we did work with them to schedule and make the space available. I believe it was an effort by the USDA to make sure that children who are not in school during the summer would have at least one meal a day. We were able to offer that for 3 days a week. And it was successful, but not to the degree that we would have liked. But hopefully next year it is something that we plan to look at again. And programming, once it gets established, word gets around, and we use a lot of word of mouth, guerrilla marketing also. So, yeah.
And the other thing I want to talk about is, what about homeschools? If families are homeschooling their children, do you have resources for them?
We do, and that is an area that we hope to increase our collection in. We have several homeschool families that come to story time, and that's every Wednesday at 10 a.m. The homeschooling family can utilize the Tennessee Electronic Library, which is a wealth of information for the homeschooling family. There are lesson plans available for mom.
Wow, okay.
Very easily accessible information for research. Again, there is Tell4U, which is a sister of the Tennessee Electronic Library, which will help with homework. It will read to them just as our computers upstairs will. So not only with that, but we also have the Reads program for homeschoolers, and this can provide teaching materials in addition to the Tennessee Electronic Library. So it is a potential that a homeschooling family would not have to purchase one textbook. They could do their whole curriculum digital.
Is there any accreditation with these programs that are offered to homeschooling?
That we don't have the accreditation, but depending upon which umbrella school that the parent is using, that dictates that criteria.
Okay, you just provide.
We just provide the materials and let them use them how they will.
Okay, and income tax. Do you have any income tax support that happens here at the library?
As far as I know, libraries are the only portal for income tax forms unless you want to pay for them.
So you're popular come January 1st through April 15th and in October, no doubt.
We actually saw quite the decline this year, as we are again in this digital age. Most people are downloading them and printing them off themselves or using some type of online tax service, so they have no need for those forms, but we still provide them.
And seniors, do the Franklin County senior citizens take advantage of the library, and if so, how?
Absolutely. Our reading area is widely used, and again, we offer computer tutoring every
yes.
Tuesday at 2 o'clock. That is one program that has been accessed widely by our senior citizen community. There's that digital divide, and so we have tried to do our best to bridge these gaps that we see and offer that support in any way that we can.
Occasionally, as a Facebook reader, as probably all of us in this room are, I see a meme that says, well, who needs libraries? You know, I can get it on my smartphone. I can go to the Library of Congress and read their collection, which is awesome. Google Books is all electronic. So how do you stay going with books up there? People still come in to read a book?
Absolutely. You would be happily surprised to know the number of people who say that they still prefer to hold the book, to smell it, to feel it, the weight. I myself, I enjoy digital audiobooks, but I do prefer a book because I like to see the physical progress myself. I don't want just a number. I want to see how much I've read and how much I have to go.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
and the feeling of turning the page, you know, in this industry, yes, it is one of my favorite subjects. And once you are in the seat that I am, you tend to analyze a lot of different things that you never thought of before. And the way that we keep going is trying to have a steady finger on the pulse of this community and what's needed. That will further a lot of the goals for the future. With Shaw closing and the approaching of the written word, as we just discussed, you know, there's a fear that the written word is going to go away. I don't believe that. I believe we will always have written books, physical. But providing that avenue to help folks who may not even know how to turn on a computer, to help them secure a job, that's important. If we can help them secure a job, we've secured a taxpayer, and that taxpayer will support the library. That's not necessarily our aim, but there is a chain. You know, there is a domino effect. And again, offering a place for people to come, if they can't pay their energy bill, and it's hot during the summer, they can come to the library and not just sit around and twiddle their thumbs. They can look at a magazine, they can read, they can use a computer for 2 hours to hunt for extra support. You know, there are ties in this community to get help with your energy bill. And those are also resources that we offer and we try to stay up on, is who can help you with what? Who can provide legal assistance? Who can give you a home for the night? Who can feed you a meal?
So you're kind of the first stop for any big questions.
We are, and that, for me, is a personal goal, that the library would be a community, not a community center, but a community access point.
When you spoke of turning the pages and the smell of paper,
yes.
Both of us are mature adults, me more so than you, but we were raised, we didn't have electronic books. So is storytelling, is that read from a book? And when kids come into the children's library, do they go for a book or do they go for a computer, and do you lead them in one way or the other?
We do not necessarily lead them in that we haven't set up the children's room so that the computers stand out. There are definitely more books, and it is surprising that the children, they love pulling the books off the shelf and just piling them on the floor and looking through to see which ones they want to just love or the ones they want to leave for Miss Robin to reshelve. It's amazing, and if we can foster that, then absolutely that's another reason to believe that the printed word is never going to go away. There's just the experience of holding something that someone created with their own hands and their own mind. Not that they didn't with the smart device. It's a different interactive experience. The storytelling is done from a book, but storytelling is also done freelance without a book.
Literacy. I have not been in Franklin County all of my life, but I've been here 25 years now. And when I first came here, I could probably count 5 people that could not read or write. Is that still an issue in 2016? And if so, what can the library do to support illiterate people?
I don't think we are in that drastic of a stage now. We have made progress in that area. The way that the Franklin County Library can help is obviously just to be here. And again, with these programs that we offer. As a matter of fact, just a couple of years ago, I believe it's about 2 years ago, Miss Robin, who is our Youth Services Director, as I mentioned, had a young mother who came in, and she was not an American citizen. She was of Chinese descent, but her children went to school here. And because she wanted to be able to help her children, she wanted to be able to help them with their homework. Miss Robin helped this lady by choosing books for her, and she started with preschool. And when the lady finished, she had moved all the way up to juvenile nonfiction, which is about a 7th or 8th grade level. So there are many ways that we offer support in those areas. Sometimes it's one-on-one, which is wonderful that we can offer that, but more often than not, it's through programming and our resources. So
Wow, this has really been an amazing wake-up call. Wait a minute, they're showing me a note. Oh, do you offer digital books? And can you check them out online?
absolutely, and as I mentioned,
Thank you, Tina.
when we were talking about the homeschoolers, I mentioned our READS program. The READS program is Regional Ebook and Audiobook Download System. That's the acronym READS, and how appropriate. With your valid Franklin County Library card, you have access to thousands of ebooks, e-audiobooks, and live streaming video, all free.
That's pretty amazing. And
And-
thank you for the question, because I want to look into something like that myself.
You can download them to your device, or you can read them in a web browser. They are renewable. Some are renewable. You can actually request items, and it's free.
Speaking of request items, you mentioned earlier on, you mentioned your relationship with the state library.
Yes.
So if I come in here and I want a book that is really kind of arcane, it's not in your shelves, but the state has it, can I still check it out?
Actually, with the restructuring of the Tennessee State Library some years ago, we lost that connection.
Uh-oh.
But we did get a little boost, is what I'm going to call it, in our interlibrary loan service, in that across the state and across the United States, I would be able to access that item for you, hopefully. Sometimes the lending library may be the only library in this United States that has it. Those are a little more difficult to get, but within the state, it's more readily available. So yes, I could.
Wow, that's amazing.
And it may be available in a digital format with the Tennessee Reads program.
Well, I'm going to give you the opportunity to tell everyone goodbye, but and in the process, what's your message to our viewers here in Franklin County about the Franklin County Library?
We're here for you.
That was plain and simple. Tina Stevens, the director or library. Your title again?
Director.
Director.
Librarian by default.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon.